Riding the waves of emotions, part 2. So I shared yesterday about my journey through leaning into the discomfort of emotions and riding those waves, and where each day took me. There was a lot of frustration, a lot of exhaustion, leaning in and coming into quite a deep sadness and many tears, and not really grasping the entirety of what those tears were about, not going into analyzing or trying to figure it all out in the moment, but just allowing myself to feel and feeling this huge pouring out, this huge release. I woke up the next day feeling incredibly refreshed and clear, which is so unfamiliar to me. I find sometimes you can feel quite an emotional hangover after quite an emotional release, whereas I felt the absolute opposite. I felt so clear. I was experiencing brain fog the days prior, so it was quite beautiful to experience that. And then following that journey, for me, I found more frustration coming up, and that for me is a indicator that there is still more to come. And so again, leaning into that discomfort of the frustration, allowing myself to feel it, expressing what was coming up as it was kind of coming up, and I found it quite intense. And again, waking up this morning with more brain fog and confusion and resistance around feeling those uncomfortable emotions, but again, not forcing anything, just allowing myself to lean in. And I had some pretty powerful awarenesses coming through around core beliefs and wounds as I continue on my own journey, peeling back those layers and gaining greater awareness of what I'm really holding within, shining that light of awareness in order to take my power back and choose a new way, a new belief, a new thought, a new way to live. And that new way to live of being more authentic and true to me and living from my heart. What came through was actually what I had initially thought was a core wound for many of us is linked to around not feeling good enough. And what I found is when I went deeper into that, what came through was actually a core belief of being inherently bad. And it's quite fascinating when these things come up, and we don't always necessarily know where they came from, where they stem from. Sometimes we need to know, sometimes we don't. What is powerful for me is just having the awareness that that belief was there so that I could shine the light and dissolve that story, heal that wound, and remember the truth, because that story isn't the truth. The truth for me is that I'm inherently good and pure and innocent and whole and love. At the core, I am love. But I needed to see that that was a story, that was a belief, a program that was so deeply embedded that has been playing out on a subconscious level without even being aware of it. But by continuously practicing to lean into the discomfort, to feel the emotions, to be with what's here, I'm continuously guided deeper and deeper and deeper. And what I notice now is that I have this radar that goes off. So when I'm starting to feel frustration or I'm feeling resistance in my body or avoidance, I notice it and I pick it up much faster than I usually would. And having that power to pick it up, to shine that awareness, I'm able to go into those deeper layers, kind of unpack and discover these beliefs and programs and stories that are embedded within so that they can be healed and resolved. And so as I've gone into this, I've had a bit more emotional release, and I can feel this expansion in my heart, which has been really, really beautiful and really powerful. Some more tears and a great opening and readiness to live even more fully from my heart and from my authenticity. So I wanted to share that with you, just share and to share with you the power of leaning into your emotions, especially when they're uncomfortable and they're challenging. But to also know that you don't have to do it alone, that there is support out there. There is community that can support you through this. So if you are struggling to feel those deep, intense, overwhelming emotions, reach out. Do you have a friend or a family member or a mentor, a coach, someone that can support you? And if you don't, please reach out. Know that I am also here to support you if what I share with you resonates. Have a beautiful day. Sending you so much love.